Candace, you need to come to more of our cookouts.
She invited to your cookout, not mine.
No, we need to educate her. We need to educate Candace. She ain't been around black people enough.
This is SOS. I'm Squish.
SOSReality.
You got a nice juicy beer. What is it? I'm Squish.
This is SOSReality. This is Smitty.
I'm Squish.
Coming with a new topic today. We're talking about Candace Owens.
Yeah. Hey, please hit the like and subscribe button.
Also, leave a comment down below, even if we're
trash
on the yard. So, we're talking about Candace Owens, conservative. She loves being a conservative, too.
Yeah. Y'all know we always try to avoid politics, but for some reason, like this part of the year, it's been unavoidable with some of the outlandish statements made.
Now, Candace, the reason why I said Candace needs to come to the cookout, we need to educate her a lot more on what's really going on.
Candace made a couple of statements if y'all tuned in, man. She made one that was the police brutality is a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What else did she say, Smith?
Racism is not, racism is a myth as well.
Yeah, she said racism is a myth. This is not a racist country, and I'm going to reveal some information a little bit about that kind of contradicts how I don't know how she could possibly believe that, because she was in a situation that proved that racism exists.
And at the end of it, we'll just tell you, Candace, you just don't get it. But
yeah, I don't think she gets it.
But we're going to educate you a little bit.
And we're not even going to get on here and just like super bash her. We're just going to tell the truth about it.
You ready for to play this beautiful bean footage?
Yeah, we're going to play some beautiful bean footage. We're going to let her talk. Here we go.
So it's a man that had drugs on him, was using counterfeit bills, and was high, and went into a store, and the police were subsequently called on him. Now
I'm gonna pause that for a second, guys. She's talking about George Floyd. Now y'all guys gotta go look it up, because it's going back and forth on if the money was counterfeit.
Yes.
They're saying it wasn't. Some people are saying it wasn't counterfeit, and he got caught for no reason. And then she's saying that. So y'all need to fact check that. We're gonna fact check it.
She didn't fact check that.
Yeah, I don't think she fact checked that.
The whole thing, like he's saying, is going back and forth.
Yeah.
People are saying it was no counterfeit bills. Some people saying it was a counterfeit bill. So we don't have any evidence that's clear cut right now to say it was a counterfeit bill.
Okay, so we're gonna let her bash some more. Here we go.
No dispute and no argument that you're going to hear from me that what Derek Chauvin did was right. There's not, and the reason why I'm not talking about Derek Chauvin is because we actually have reached a consensus in this society. Everybody agrees that what he did was wrong. Everybody is happy that he is arrested no matter what color you are. And every single person hopes that justice is served to George Floyd's family. That is not why.
Now, granted, I said on our last videos, I said this. What's the first thing? What's the first tactic they do when something like this happens, Smitty?
Change the narrative.
They change the narrative and they make the person into a villain. They don't talk about the problem at hand.
Yes.
They change it and make it to something about something else. So the minute we saw Candace's face, I knew what was about to come out of her mouth. So we're going to let her continue.
This is not a defense of Derek Chauvin. This is not a video to say that when you are a criminal, you deserve to die. No, none of that. I want to talk about martyring criminals. I want to talk about suddenly putting them on t-shirts and picket signs and marching and pretending they were the best representatives that we've had of our community. So,
now people, the word martyr, I'm going to have to try to get Smitty to pull it up. Martyr, what is a martyr, Smitty? I looked up the definition.
The person that died for their religious belief, religion or their beliefs.
So a person died in what they were believing in. Y'all know who else would probably prefer they wouldn't have become a martyr? Probably George Floyd himself.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to let her continue.
I then decided to take a dive and to look at his record. George Floyd, what is his record? Does it matter? Me, personally, I think if you spend some time in prison, you make a mistake, I'm a big believer that society should forgive you, especially when you're young and you have a first offense. I think it can be very easy to get caught up in the system. I have used my platform to speak out against that, to try to box people in and pretend that they are always criminals. I believe in second chances. I don't know that I believe in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth chances. I
rarely agree with Candace on anything, but there are some people that are lifetime criminals.
Yes.
So that's partially true. I think what you always say, her ideas is misguided.
Very misguided. But I'm gonna say this one part. You're right about that, Candace. But what is America? We love gangsters.
Yeah, she says we make a martyr out of bad guys, the black community. The truth is, people, America makes a martyr out of bad guys.
Period.
People, we've been doing this stuff from Christopher Columbus to Barney and Clyde to Billy the Kid. Outlaws have always been something glamorized in America. So you can't be hypocritical about it.
What's the one gun called? The Tommy gun?
Tommy gun, the Dillinger, who it got called this after a guy who would run in a bank and everybody and rob it. They outlawed this gun. This guy got this gun outlawed. These people are praised. They make movies about it. America's always glamorized gangsters. I mean, it's just the truth from the history beginning of time. Some of our biggest people, our most popular people, are degenerates, man. Y'all gotta understand, people. This kind of goes deep with America. Man, we have slave owners on dollar bills. We got statues of guys who cleared out a lot of Native Americans.
One of the greatest people to ever be in American history is Ben Franklin. And right now, we do not know, because they found in London a whole bunch of bodies and rats under his house. They're still questioning if he's a serial killer. So it's a lot of stuff that go to this. So Candace, I get your...
But you got to call out the whole thing. Don't just pick and stop at the black community. Let's call this whole thing out, and it's ugly. We want to let her talk some more. We want to go in on some more. All right.
Show you guys what the media has not been reporting on. You can say this is not a value, but I'm going to tell you why it is a value. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. 1998, George Floyd spent his first prison stint 10 months for theft with a firearm. Okay, I believe in second chances. In 1990, it's a very long time ago. Again, 4 years later, in 2002, he spent 8 months in prison for a cocaine offense. Different offense. We're talking about a drug offense. Okay, you could say that was another mistake. But then 2 years later, he spends another 10 months for a cocaine offense. I guess just another mistake. 2005, he spends another 10 months for a cocaine offense. This time, they stipulated that he had less than...
Now, we got famous actors, doctors, politicians. Now, who's the most famous actor out right now that had a lot of drug problems, that was getting arrested left and right and going to rehab?
Who you got?
I think he was a major actor in a famous comic movie.
Oh, you talking about my man Harry? I mean, not Harry, but Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, and he's a recovering guy that got his life together. Imagine if we just X'd him off. Like, that guy got it back together. He was a guy that had a rocky road and got himself back together.
He had more drug offenses than George Floyd.
Yeah.
Go look it up.
You look at this guy as a villain. See, this is all I'm asking for, people. I want people to use the same judgment with everybody. That's it. The same judgment. I don't want you to call this guy and deem this guy's a scumbag, but the same guy, different race, does it and it's ignored. That's what the funny thing about. And then we're going to go in on Candace a little more, because the same tactics that she's using against George Floyd can be used against her. Like, Candace has contradicted herself. She said that America wasn't racist. She never had, about a year ago, did you say on Fox News? She said she never had any issues with race. Okay, well, we're going to challenge that. You can Wikipedia this, people. This is regular information. And did you know in 2007, while she was a 17-year-old senior in high school, Owens received 3 racist death threats by voicemail, a totaling of 2 minutes. It says they were traced back to the car of a 14-year-old son of the mayor at that time.
At Stafford, Connecticut.
Yep. And she I believe Owens' family ended up suing the Stanford board for $37,000 in a settlement in January 2008. But then she jumps on TV and says racism isn't real. It's just something that's made up. But yet she's experienced it herself.
Yes.
Like, Candace, man, it seems like and even they had something about the grandfather saying, this doesn't seem like, the girl I used to know. Yeah. So, Candace, come on, man. It's starting to come off like you're a puppet. You say they're selling us narratives. Okay. I believe they can race bait us and sell us narratives. Me and you never disagree with that. I think Candace is selling denial.
Yes.
That's the problem with her side of it. She's selling denial. The history of things that didn't happen. Let's ignore that and act like that didn't happen. I do believe in what we always say, Smitty, pulling yourself up by your, no victimization.
Yes, no victimization.
Fixing things yourself. I believe and agree with that, but you can't sell me that our environment is something that it's not. And she wants to sell us our environment is something that it's not. Yes, racism is a real thing, Candace. People, you can go look this up. This is a weird thing. It's almost like a slap in the face. They say people are ghetto, or they have a ghetto mentality. People, if you go find the origin of the word ghetto and stuff where it comes from, people, ghetto is a word that they use for a science experiment on Jews, where they take these people, they put them in a small area, and they give them very little resources, and they watch them kill each other fighting over it. That don't ring a bell. I don't know what to say. Go ahead, Smitty.
Everything he was saying is absolutely correct. Now, police brutality, this is the main subject, not what she's talking about. Everything she's talking about is straight distractions. We're talking about, on a regular basis, the higher percentages of black males, or black people in general, they usually get killed by the police or wrongfully executed, convicted.
Yeah.
So now that's one part we want to talk about. That's the main part of the story. Everything she's talking about, she's doing way too much. The main part of the story is a man got killed on national TV for police brutality. Now, since we're talking about that, we're going to go into some other things, because she's going to do percentages. We're going to leave the link down below for this rant she had. But she's going to do misguided percentages.
Misguided, yeah.
She's going to say, well, more white people got killed by the police than black people.
They're way more, with 14%.
And then she does a matter of fact type of thing where it doesn't matter what the percentage is this and this and that. Yes, it does matter. The percentage does matter. No matter what you say.
Once again, people, black on black crime is 90%, white on white crime is 83%.
Yes.
Your neighbor, whoever you're around, usually kills you.
She brought that up too. She brought that up too as well.
Yeah.
So when you do black on black crime, talking about that, yes, it is an issue, but it's really an environment or a neighbor issue.
Ghetto mentality.
Yes.
An environment they put you in to where you kill each other over resources. You can look this up, man. We don't make this stuff up.
Now, since she was talking about the record of George Floyd, and you was talking about earlier, we can flip this around. Now, the last offense he had was in 2014. So he went 6 years without having another offense, right? When he moved to Minneapolis. He moved from Houston. We talked about this in the previous video. He moved from Houston to Minneapolis to change his life. And it looked like he was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
She's saying in this rant that he was doing okay, but he wasn't going to be a good citizen. I'm like, okay, well, that's an assumption. You know what assumptions are. So, Candace, we're going to run down your record then, since we're going to go out and do all this. And we don't like to do stuff like this. We just don't. I just think you just need to be educated more. That's all I think. Candace, she left University of Rhode Island her junior year, and she never received a degree.
He just told me this. I did not know that.
A lot of people would not know
I thought she was degreed up.
Yes. So she left there. She said, allegedly, that she had student loan issues. That's the reason why we left. Now, we don't know the truth behind that, but hey, that's what the story is. Also, after she left there, she went to be an intern for Vogue magazine. Stayed there for, I don't know how long, but within that year, she was done with Vogue magazine. In 2012, she started as a administrative assistant.
Okay.
Very average job, right? When you say that's a very average job,
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, very average job. Within a couple years, she moved up to VP of that administration. That's kind of...
No college degrees or nothing?
No college degrees. It happened within a couple years. That's kind of strange, ain't it?
That's very strange.
Yeah, so now she works for Prager University. If you know what Prager University is, it's a very conservative university. They talk about conservative ideology all the time.
I smell something on this one. Go ahead.
Now, I don't want to talk about her personal life, but I'm just saying she got married last year. Congratulations on that. But the dude she got married to, she only knew for 3 weeks.
Only 3 weeks.
And guess who this guy is?
Oh, I know he's some importance. Well, who is he?
He's a guy from Britain. I forgot his last name.
And I'm pretty sure it's something with a conservative party too, isn't he?
He's with a conservative party. And he's not the same color as African American.
Okay, that smells like power play to you. Does that smell like power play to me? That's some type of manipulation with somebody being a tad bit of a puppet or something?
I think so, personally.
Okay. Now, like I said, that's an opinion. We don't know.
We don't know for
sure. She
sure.
could fall in love in a hopeless place in 3 weeks with somebody powerful in the party.
Oh, yeah. She rose to fame by 2017 with YouTube, with her page. And within a 2-year span, she's being known as a conservative leader, political leader, for the political party for recruiting black people. She even started a thing that said Blacksit. Blacksit is spelled Blexit, basically saying that black people lead a Democratic race and come to the conservative side, which is the Republican race. Candace, the reason why we bring this up is this. We get it, man. We totally get it. You was raised by your grandparents. Your parents had divorced and they was not around you that much. Grandparents is black. I think it's an identity thing going on.
I think it might be that too.
I think
that's just our opinion.
Our opinion. I think it's a delusion thing going on too as well.
Definitely that.
I think that you need to be around us a little bit more. I just think you haven't been around us enough.
Yeah.
And I actually think that she's been kind of a little brainwashed.
Yeah, because she says they sell us a narrative, but it's not a very hard narrative to sell when you actually witness and see it. Candace, some of this like produced brutality and some of this stuff we've seen, if you've been in the so-called black community or whatever, this stuff goes back to our grandfathers. And there wasn't no camera around or no news thing. These guys didn't have cameras. This is stuff coming through. Back in the day, your grandfather's grandfathers. We're not making this stuff up, Candace. There is something wrong. Anybody that looks at the history of America, hey man, we have had a history where certain group of people have been viewed as animals. And to this day, some people still view certain group of people as animals. That's really just comes down to. This is somebody having a humanity issue. They don't view certain people as humans. That's all this comes down to.
Also, as well, Candace, understand this part. When we're talking about you or other people and we talking about these political subjects like this, that when you're misguided, when you're brainwashed to a certain degree, because I honestly think this is what happened to her, it doesn't sound like a typical person saying that. Now, we do agree with some of the views you had on this. I ain't gonna lie. I do agree with, hey, we do need to do a better part of helping each other out in the community.
Yeah.
I do agree that we shouldn't martyr criminals.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, this is not the topic.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a time. It's the same thing we got on Drew about. The timing of it, man. I knew as soon as I saw her face, she's about to bring up his background, and they got to turn this guy to a villain. And it's almost like even though you say you're not happy or agreeing with this guy getting killed, you're still trying to paint him as a scumbag that it was okay to take his life. You just say it before it. Well, I'm not saying it's okay, but look at his long rap sheet. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal if this happens to him. That's what you're insinuating.
So the Dylan dude that shot up the church, right?
Yeah.
The white cat that went to go get a burger afterwards, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't see the double standard on that
Oh,
Candace?
is this the dude they arrested and gave water?
No, he was the dude.
That's it. Okay.
No,
you haven't seen the one with Snoop and them went off about.
That's the other one too.
Okay.
This is the dude that, remember in Georgia, he shot up the church while people was there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
I know you're talking
they
about.
went and picked him up, and he said he was hungry, and they took him to get a burger.
That's crazy to me.
But see, you don't see that double standard.
You gotta understand.
I get it. You're around a lot of people who talks in a certain manner that's, that don't talk like us. That's why I said we need to invite you to the cookout. We can educate you a little bit. Come around a little bit more often.
Yeah,
just come around
one thing you
we'll
can't sell us on is experience. Me and Smitty have this thing, we call it camouflage tactics. Well, they're called camouflage tactics because we do certain things, like we won't purchase certain cars because we know those cars are profiled. So we tend to purchase other cars to where we're a lot less noticeable by police. Somebody that has nothing to worry about, me and him have no criminal records. Never been to jail, nothing like that. No trouble with the law. Why are we using camouflage tactics?
Yeah.
Candace, it don't matter whether some of us are lawyers or criminals. We all can get executed on film. This is the problem.
The other part too, think about this, Candace. Just like we brought up your past about that racist thing, just always remember, if you get in trouble, they gonna bring that up too.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Like I said, come to the cookout more.
Yeah, come to the cookout more.
We'll help you out.
Everybody else lighten you up. We actually trying to have a decent way of approaching this. Everybody else just threw up on the bus, called a house and the C word and just
Call
go
dead
in.
winch and everything
and all
else.
that. You just trade a sellout and all that. We didn't do that.
Yeah. We just want to educate you. That's all we want to do. And if you're too far gone, you're too far gone. We don't understand that part, but we did our part. That's all we can do. We can't do anything more than that.
Man, look at the big picture. Look at the big picture, man.
And I always remember too, us right here, for some reason they just can't get rid of it. Anyway, man, we went a little political right there with Candace. Candace gave her a rant. We had to tell her about our rant and we're going through. Candace, hey, you come and like and subscribe. Everybody come like and subscribe to our channel. Also leave a comment down below, even if we're
trash
on the yard. Also go to that description box down there.
Yep.
Amazon.
Hey man, I don't want to see y'all in the comment section talking about no political parties. We didn't bring up who, what, or who vote with what. We talking about the statement she made. We disagree in the timing of it. So don't come at us the political part.
I'm cool with that. Oh, this is our reality. Y'all have a good one.